My name is Emily. I always dreamed of being a mother. I wanted to feel a baby grow inside me. I wanted to hold my baby and sing to it. But my journey was not easy. After I got married to Daniel, I thought everything would be perfect. We were happy in the beginning. We laughed a lot, went on walks, and talked about our future. We planned everything. We even picked names for our baby. But something was wrong. I could not get pregnant. We went to many doctors. They ran many tests. They said everything was okay, but still, nothing happened. I cried almost every night. I felt like I was broken. Daniel held my hand and said everything would be fine, but slowly, he changed. He started coming home late. He stopped asking how I felt. He stopped touching my belly and dreaming with me. One day, the doctor gave us hope. He said there was a new treatment. It was expensive and painful, but I said yes. I wanted to try. I wanted to be a mother more than anything. Daniel didn't seem happy. He said we should wait. But I couldn't wait anymore. I started the treatment. I went to the clinic every week. I gave blood, took medicine, and followed every step. I was tired and sick. Some days, I couldn't get out of bed. But I didn't give up. I believed that one day, I would hold my baby. Then, one morning, the doctor called me. He said the test was positive. I was pregnant. I cried and smiled at the same time. I wanted to run and tell Daniel. When he came home, I told him. But he didn't smile. He just said, "Okay." That was all. After that, everything got worse. He didn't sleep next to me. He stayed out all night. He didn't want to talk about the baby. I asked him what was wrong, but he said nothing. I knew something had changed. I felt it. One night, I saw a message on his phone. It was from another woman. She said she missed him. My heart broke into 1,000 pieces. I couldn't breathe. I sat on the floor and cried until morning. He didn't even ask why I was crying. I didn't leave him. I wanted this baby to have a family. I told myself maybe he would come back to me. Maybe he was just confused. But every day, he grew colder. He looked at me like I was a stranger. He didn't touch my belly, didn't come to the doctor's visits. I went alone. When I saw the baby on the screen for the first time, I cried. A small life was growing inside me. It had tiny arms and legs. It had a heartbeat. That heartbeat gave me strength. I promised to protect this baby, even if I was alone. Months passed. My body changed. My heart grew stronger. I no longer waited for Daniel's love. I gave all my love to the baby. I talked to it, sang to it, and told it stories. I told it that I would always be there. Daniel started staying at the other woman's house. I knew it. He didn't lie anymore. He didn't care. I stopped asking questions. I stopped crying. I focused on the baby. Now, I am in my last month. The baby kicks every day. It makes me smile. I don't feel lonely anymore. I feel strong. I don't need Daniel to feel complete. I have my baby. I have my love. I don't know what the future will be. Maybe I will raise this child alone. Maybe I will find someone who will love both of us. Or maybe I will just be me and my baby. That is enough. This baby is my miracle. After all the pain, after all the tears, I finally have a reason to live, to smile, and to dream again. I felt something was wrong. Daniel didn't look at me the same way anymore. His eyes were cold. His smile was not real. I tried to tell myself that he was tired from work. I tried to believe that everything was okay. But deep inside, I knew the truth. Something had changed. I remembered the day I found out I was pregnant. I was so happy. I cried and laughed at the same time. I waited for Daniel to come home. I imagined his face. I thought he would hug me, kiss me, lift me up, and say how happy he was. But when I told him, he just looked at me. He said, "Okay." No smile. No joy. He just walked to the bathroom and closed the door. That night, I couldn't sleep. I put my hand on my belly and whispered to my baby. I promised I would love this baby more than anything. As days passed, Daniel became colder. He stayed on his phone all the time. He didn't ask about the baby. He didn't touch my belly. He didn't even eat dinner with me anymore. I cooked his favorite meals, but he said he wasn't hungry. I waited at the door every night, but sometimes he came home very late. Sometimes he didn't come home at all. I cried in silence. I didn't want to stress the baby. I tried to stay calm. I listened to soft music. I went for small walks. I talked to the baby every day. I said, "You are not alone. I love you. I will protect you." One day, I followed Daniel. I was scared, but I needed to know. I saw him in a cafe with a woman. They were laughing. Her hand was on his. He looked at her the way he used to look at me. My heart broke into pieces. I couldn't breathe. I went home and sat on the floor. Hours passed. I didn't move. I didn't cry. I just sat there. Later, Daniel came home. I didn't say anything. He didn't say anything either. He went to bed. I stayed on the couch, touching my belly, feeling small kicks. My baby was alive. My baby needed me strong. That night, I decided to stop waiting for love from Daniel. I had my baby. That was enough. Days turned into weeks. Each morning I woke up hoping something would change, but everything felt the same, or maybe worse. Daniel was still living in the same house, but it didn't feel like we were living together. We were like two strangers under the same roof. He came home from work, barely said a word to me, and spent the rest of the evening on his phone or in front of the TV. He didn't ask about the baby. He didn't touch my growing belly. He didn't even look into my eyes anymore. I tried to pretend everything was okay. I cooked his favorite meals. I smiled and asked how his day was. But most of the time, he just mumbled something or said nothing at all. One night, I gathered the courage to ask him what was wrong. He looked at me, cold and distant, and just said, "I don't know." That was it. No explanation. No emotion. Just those 3 empty words. I started crying that night. Silently. Alone in the bathroom. I didn't want him to hear me. I didn't want him to feel guilty, if he even could anymore. As my belly grew, so did the distance between us. I had waited so long to get pregnant. We had visited so many doctors, taken so many tests. I had cried over every negative result for years. And now, finally, I was carrying our child. But instead of feeling joy, I felt abandoned. Unwanted. Invisible. One afternoon, I found a message on his phone. I wasn't looking for it. It just popped up while his phone was on the table. A message from a woman named Claire. The words were short, but sharp like a knife. I miss you. When will I see you again? My heart stopped. I stood there for a moment, frozen. I didn't open the message. I didn't need to. My mind filled in all the missing details. Everything made sense now, his coldness, his silence, his late nights. That night, I didn't say a word. I just lay in bed, feeling the baby move inside me. This tiny life still growing, still innocent, still full of hope. I placed my hand on my belly and whispered, "You are not alone. I am still here. I will protect you." I wanted to scream at Daniel. I wanted to ask why. But I didn't. Maybe because I was afraid of what he would say.